70 years old, after over a dozen years of feeling distant, everything changed in only a few weeks, simply by choosing the right glass of wine. No pills, no surgeries, just 4 kinds of wine that help clear blood vessels, restore circulation, and bring back a sense of closeness that so many people think is gone for good. My name is Dr. John Harris. For more than 3 decades, my work has focused on men's health and how to support well-being during the aging process. I've guided countless people across the country to feel stronger, more connected, and confident. What I've learned over the years might surprise you. Intimacy after 60 doesn't simply fade away. It just needs a different kind of care. Sometimes that support comes from a very unexpected place: your wine glass. Many think of wine as an occasional treat, but some traditional wine types carry special ingredients that naturally boost blood flow, relax the blood vessels, and gently rekindle desire, all without medicine or difficult discussions. But not every wine has this effect. Only 4 specific kinds really deliver these benefits. Why do these 4 wines work so well? And how can they help you feel more at home in your body again? That's what we'll talk about. First, let's look at why these wines make such a difference for those over 60, and how a simple ritual has changed so many lives. As we age into our 60s and 70s, quiet changes take place in the body, unnoticed at first, until they start to shift how we feel. One of the most important of these changes happens within our blood vessels. Over time, they get narrower, less flexible, and less able to let blood move the way it once did. This isn't just about the heart. It can touch everything from your energy and attention to your experience of physical closeness. Here's something I tell every person I work with. If you're over 60 and feel distant or less interested in intimacy, the trouble usually isn't about hormones or desire. It's about your body's circulation. When blood struggles to reach certain places, especially those important for intimacy, you might notice cool hands or feet, duller sensations, slower reactions, and even less emotional warmth with your partner. That's not just aging. It's a blood flow problem, and fortunately, it's something you actually can address. Many of my patients are surprised when I say that a big part of the answer is likely sitting right in their kitchen, in a bottle of wine. I don't mean any old wine or drinking in large amounts. Rather, in moderation, certain wines can do remarkable things for your circulation. Some red wines, especially, are full of plant nutrients like polyphenols, flavonoids, and resveratrol. These help relax vessels, reduce swelling, and increase how easily oxygen gets around the body. These plant compounds support your body in making more nitric oxide, a natural chemical that tells your blood vessels to relax and open up. When your circulation improves, people notice they feel sharper, more present, and more open to physical closeness. This isn't due to alcohol, but to what's found in the grapes themselves. Still, not all wines have these special qualities. Only certain types, grown and prepared just the right way, have enough of these compounds to make a real change. That's why I recommend 4 wines that have shown real results, improving blood flow, intimacy, and overall vitality, without medications or side effects. Let's explore them, one by one, and see why they're so powerful. First, Pinot Noir, the circulation champion. When I started recommending Pinot Noir to my older patients, I never expected the changes I'd hear about. I remember a man, 65 years old, coming into my office, tears in his eyes. "Dr. Harris," he shared, "I never thought I'd feel that connection with my wife again. All it took was a few glasses of the right wine and some care." That wine was Pinot Noir. What sets Pinot Noir apart isn't just the taste or its gentle nature, it's the nutrients in its grape skins. This wine contains some of the highest natural amounts of resveratrol, a helper that keeps your veins and arteries more flexible. In simple terms, it's like oiling the hinges. It lets blood travel better, including to the parts of the body vital for intimacy and togetherness. As we get older, our vessels naturally harden. It's not your fault, it's just how the body changes. When circulation drops off, other changes follow. Hands and feet get colder. Response in intimate moments slows. Closeness might feel awkward or disappear altogether. It's easy to think that's just how things are, but in my experience, that's not true. A small glass of Pinot Noir, a couple nights each week, paired with healthy choices, and my patients often notice a shift. Better rest, more energy in the mornings, and a sense of aliveness at the moments that count. Not just physically, but emotionally too. Pinot Noir acts gently. Unlike medicine that pushes the body hard, this wine supports you quietly. It helps your own natural processes, restoring flow and opening the door to connection, both in body and heart. There's a wonderful meaning in this too. A wine with a soft, smooth feeling, bringing back the soft, comfortable rhythm between people who may have lost track of how good it feels to be close. And Pinot Noir is just one part of the story. There's another wine I often call the artery protector, and it helps the heart and body find their easy rhythm again, especially if enjoyed at night. Let's take a look at that one next. Second, Cabernet Sauvignon, the artery protector. There's a couple I remember. He was 68, she was 66. They'd been married over 40 years and still had a deep love. But something had shifted. It's like there's a silent wall, he told me. Not emotional, but physical. I want to be closer to her, but my body's different. One thing I suggested? Introducing a few small glasses of Cabernet Sauvignon into their routine. Not as an escape, but as a tool to reconnect. Cabernet Sauvignon isn't just a bold, dry red. It's full of natural protections called proanthocyanidins. These help maintain the structure of blood vessels, keeping them flexible and healthy. As we get older, this flexibility is vital, making it easier for blood to flow to all the right places, especially those linked to intimacy. Your heart sends about 2,000 gallons of blood through your body every day. But if your arteries are stiff or swollen, much of that gets blocked. This means less oxygen, less feeling, slow reactions. It affects both men and women. What once felt easy now takes effort, and that can cause many to turn away from closeness, not towards it. But when you gently support your circulatory system with a little Cabernet Sauvignon, things start to turn around. People notice warmth coming back to their hands and feet. They sleep better, and most importantly, they say, "We feel close again." Not just sharing space, but truly connected. Because as blood flow improves, everything else follows. Touch feels warmer. Desire returns naturally. These moments come back, without pressure, without expectation, just being together. That, medically speaking, is one of the best outcomes I could hope to see. The best time to drink Cabernet Sauvignon? Evenings, in modest servings, and always with a light meal. It loosens up the body, gently opens vessels, and provides a comforting start to shared time. It's not magic, just nature helping your body. But Cabernet is just one part of the solution. There's another wine, less known, but just as important for bringing warmth, touch, and the deep comfort of being physically open. I call it the warmth restorer. Let's explore why. Third, Sangiovese, the warmth restorer. Years ago, a woman named Martha, 65 years old and widowed for 6 years, came to me after starting a new relationship. With a mix of happiness and worry, she said, "I want to feel again. Not just my feelings, but in my body too. But it all seems far away." That longing, that need for tenderness, comes up often in my work. At a certain age, it's rarely desire that's missing. It's the warmth, the part that makes intimacy feel easy and welcome. When I taught Martha a simple way to enjoy a few ounces of Sangiovese wine week by week, everything began to shift. This classic Italian red is truly special for bringing back warmth and circulation. The secret lies in its mix of flavonoids and a powerful antioxidant called quercetin. These natural helpers don't just boost flow to your heart and head, they also help blood reach the skin and extremities, restoring sensation where it matters most. For adults over 60, this can mean getting back feelings not experienced in years, the gentle heat of connection, the tingling spark of a partner's touch, and the deep comfort that makes intimacy inviting. When blood can more easily reach your hands, feet, and other sensitive places, the result is more than function. It's a feeling of presence. My patients often tell me, "I didn't realize how far away I'd felt until now." Or, "I feel the warmth in my partner's hand again." And sometimes they don't need to say anything at all. One glance between two people says it all. Sangiovese works best when shared, perhaps on a quiet afternoon, a peaceful hour on the porch, a conversation that lingers. The magic isn't that it fixes everything, but that it makes space for the feelings you already want, to feel, to give, to be close without anxiety. All this happens gently, through better blood flow and by easing inflammation, working from the inside out. Later, Martha shared with me that it wasn't just her body that changed, it was the realization that she could still love and enjoy physical closeness. Change like that doesn't require a prescription. Sometimes it just takes the right wine at the right moment. Sangiovese is powerful, but there's one last wine I suggest, especially helpful for women over 60. It's light, often forgotten, yet quietly supports one of the most common concerns for intimacy after menopause. Let's talk about the hidden treasure. Fourth, dry rosé, the hidden treasure for women's well-being. Her name was Elaine. Energetic, caring, and 64 years old, she had an infectious joy. But during one appointment, her voice grew soft as she explained, "I love my husband, but something has changed. I feel distant from my own body, and that makes me withdraw." What Elaine described is something many women over 60 quietly live with: the emotional weight of physical changes after menopause, and the quiet sadness as closeness becomes more difficult. Not a loss of love, but a sense of missing what used to come with ease. At this point, I often mention a wine that few people notice: dry rosé. Not the sweet kind popular at summer parties, but true dry rosés made from Grenache or Mourvèdre grapes. These wines are low in alcohol, but rich in polyphenols, especially the types that support blood flow to delicate tissues. For women, this gentle support can make a remarkable difference. As we age, circulation in the most sensitive areas often slows. At first, it's a barely noticed drop in sensation, maybe some dryness or subtle discomfort. But over time, these physical shifts can touch the emotional side of intimacy too. Dry rosé, with its gentle vessel-opening properties, helps ease these changes. It boosts blood flow, not just to your heart and mind, but to the places where women often feel aging most. When Elaine started enjoying a couple of glasses of dry rosé each week, always with food, always with care. She soon noticed not only physical improvements, but felt a renewed connection to herself as well. "It's not about being young again," Elaine told me later. "It's about feeling present in my own body. From there, everything else got easier." That's the quiet beauty of this wine. It doesn't force or rush. It offers a gentle reminder. Your body can feel and heal at any age. I've watched as couples rediscover simple acts of love, like holding hands or sharing a smile, all from small changes that help restore healthy blood flow where it's most needed. Still, wine is only one part of the whole. There's something even more powerful waiting when you combine these rituals with kindness, understanding, and a willingness to connect. In this last part, I'll show you how to start a lasting way of living, one that keeps intimacy, energy, and happiness strong year after year. A lifestyle of connection for years to come. For over 30 years, I've talked with thousands of people, men and women in their 60s, 70s, and beyond. I've seen the quiet grief when someone thinks their best years of closeness are gone. I've heard the sadness in their words, a sadness that might never show up in a lab report but shapes their daily life. And just as often, I've witnessed the gentle happiness that comes back when circulation improves, a joy that usually starts not in an exam room but over a shared meal and a glass of wine. Each of the 4 wines I've mentioned, Pinot Noir, Cabernet Sauvignon, Sangiovese, and Dry Rosé, offers something special. Pinot Noir helps open up blood vessels, making feelings of energy possible again. Cabernet Sauvignon keeps the arteries strong, helping the heart send nourishment to every part of the body. Sangiovese brings warmth and a sense of touch, allowing couples to truly come back to each other. And Rosé, gentle and often underappreciated, helps women regain comfort and confidence, especially after physical changes. But it's not just about science. What these wines truly invite is the return of small, meaningful rituals. Slowing down, sharing a glass, letting conversations unfold without hurry, and creating moments that run deeper than routine. Many of us spend decades focused on getting by, raising children, working long hours, paying bills. Suddenly, the demands shrink, time opens up. But for some, that time feels empty, even lonely. I see that when couples start weaving these small rituals into their week, not just for health, but as an act of togetherness, the tone of their relationship shifts. There's a softness that comes back, looks linger a bit longer. The body, gently given what it needs, responds both quietly and deeply. That shared warmth and closeness isn't lost to the years. It's been waiting for an invitation. Of course, no wine or single change is a miracle. True transformation comes from many gentle steps together, making mindful choices, moving your body, talking honestly, and staying open. Then it becomes not just good health, but a way of living, one that feeds your body, mind, and relationship itself. If I could share only one last thought, it would be this. Don't wait for a health scare or a sorrow to start caring for your body's flow or the closeness in your relationship. Start today in small, thoughtful ways. Pour a glass of Pinot and sit together. Make a favorite meal and open the Cabernet. Share a story. Enjoy a laugh. These are the moments that nourish not just your body's arteries, but the very heart of your relationship. You are not past your best. You are not too old to rediscover joy, connection, or longing. If anything, this season of life is filled with the chance for the deepest love and understanding, not because of urgency, but because of true presence. So raise your next glass to the warmth it brings, and the life still waiting to be fully lived. If what I've shared here touched you or reminded you that closeness and vitality aren't lost with age, please consider sharing your thoughts below. You never know who else may need this gentle reminder. It is never too late to feel alive again. Your story matters. Your voice matters. Let's keep this conversation going.